place first opened way back in 1957. We are inside legendary Lambeau Field here in Green Bay. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Green Bay Packers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They go play action. Now Mahomes. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And complete to Drake London. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, only 3 plays in here, but really, Charles, a solid start for this offense. And now we'll see if they can continue their mission to end this drive in 6.
And he fires one that's intercepted.
And the Bears are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And some room to maneuver. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Now, this defense for the Packers, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
And Fields going to have the 1st down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Here's Fields.
He's going to look deep down the field. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. They keep it with Henry on first down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
The Packers had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He has it complete to Christian Watson.
And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It certainly looks like they stopped some fighting them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Attack, attack! Yellow!
Here's Mahomes to throw. This pass is caught, and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Bears.
The start of this game has me doing flashbacks and remembering when I was playing and seeing a similar start and seeing the head coach actually take a timeout and gather the whole team around him and tell him everybody to get it together. Let's get some focus going here, because maybe he just sensed that maybe the whole team wasn't ready to play.
Yeah, well, they've gone interception, now fumble. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know, they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score.
He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A big play there. 74 yards.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 14-0.
The score, Bears 14, Packers nothing.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And a short kick taken at about the 16. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13. Mahomes buying time to his left. He's going deep for Brown.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays, because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This is taken at the 15.
So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards.
And the Bears take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Now Fields. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Fields now to throw. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon.
And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now.
And back deep, Deontay Johnson.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
Mahomes throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3-and-out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Mahomes now on first down.
This will go to Henry out wide.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Attack! Hey, 43!
Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes.
This is caught. It's Christian Watson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now here's Mahomes.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Bears will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 45 on second down, Fields. He's got a man, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Back to throw, Fields. Going for it all. And incomplete on the deep ball. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown to this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
The second down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
Throwing on third down, Fields. Got a man, it's Tonyan. Touchdown, Bears! Robert Tonyan, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bears have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Fields on first down.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears.
Well, you talk about a team coming into an opposing stadium and just taking the life right out of a crowd. That's what we're witnessing here. 27-0 Charles.
And this defense, they've just looked completely unprepared for what's been thrown at them. And you know they're supposed to adjust series to series. That has not happened for them, so I don't think halftime adjustments are going to help a heck of a lot. They are in major trouble unless they figure out something really fast.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack from Mahomes and company. Back to throw now in his own end zone.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
Then his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44.
When you're on your own 1-yard line like they were, oftentimes you're thinking just run on any down, get some space. There they elect to throw it. It cost them.
You get the sense that they were banking on the element of surprise, right? Everyone expects you to run it there. Let's take a shot. Let's throw it. Try and create some space, some room. And it went awry, didn't it?
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Second down and a run by Robinson.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Eluding the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Now it's Fields.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Lewis Seen. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was. Whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on first and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, it's going to hurt on any down. But really the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on fourth down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. First and goal and you throw the pick, not good at all.
Yellow. Hey, 57.
Final shot before the half for Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
Looking deep downfield. And now here is another interception.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
The Bears take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on the way to a lopsided victory.
On first down, it's Fields.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
To throw is Fields.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
43. Hey, 57. And Ripple is. Hey, 43.
Mahomes now to throw. Flushed out right. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Mark Andrews, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now a 28-7 ball game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Fields. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Here's Fields. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And keep in mind, in addition to the 2 sacks that he now has, CD, he's also had a couple of quarterback hurries. He's been very disruptive.
To put it mildly, and it reminds me of the time I asked an offensive tackle who struggled like this in a game, is he said he was telling the coach, hey, what do you want me to do? This guy's just eating me alive. And the coach finally just looked at him and said, applaud.
It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A 1st down carry for Henry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 2nd and 2, Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception. Monte Nicholson picks it. The 30, 10, 5, and they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, whatever adjustments they're trying to make over on that sideline, Charles, this defense, they just seem to be a step in front of them and not giving them a chance to implement any of those changes. And here, a pick 6, and they widen the lead.
At least a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps. And right now, they are thinking hard about putting this opponent away. That turnover, it grew their lead and just totally deflated that offense. Now these next couple of series, you can take them out of the game entirely if you continue on this pace.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line.
Deontay Johnson on the return. The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. On first down, Mahomes. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this one is incomplete.
But they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And now here is another interception.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields.
Escaping the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Fields. That pass complete to Moore.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
On 1st down, Fields.
And it's caught. Touchdown.
Robert Tonyan
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Bears will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in.
And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Packers 7.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Again, it's Henry. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes over the middle complete. It's Henry. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 45-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one.
And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields trying to lay one up deep. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Chicago.
When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad is on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now. But as you mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for
touchdown, Packers. A.J. Brown halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Packers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Elliott on for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play.
Jake Elliott set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last two drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a lopsided score like this. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
The Bears on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Fields now to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
There's absolutely been no stopping this offense today. They already have the big lead, obviously. Here in the fourth quarter, they could coast to the end, but right now they're not passing up any chances to put up some garbage time yardage.
And, partner, why would they? Because who knows the next time you'll be playing as well as you have today. When you're in that zone, you go ahead and take full advantage of it.
And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this has been another impressive display by this undefeated team, Charles, and it looks like they're going to stay that way after this one.
Yeah, one of the league's best offenses. They've stayed on brand in this contest because they continue to look good at what they do. Just added a late touchdown. Now they're really hammering home just how good they've been all year long, letting the rest of the league take notice.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away. Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands of Andrews.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. Now Mahomes. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
Fields.
It's complete to Robinson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Extra point splits the uprights. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
Facing a big 4th quarter deficit here. Things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's got a man. Complete.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. One final try for Mahomes. And this is going to be caught. So it affects the final score, not the outcome, but it is a late touchdown here on the game's final play. Doesn't affect the outcome, but hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider big at the time. Then later on we find out maybe that was a tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Of course, in the fantasy football world, these points mean a lot.
A lot there. Well, on the one side, if you try to take away something positive from this game, they played to the final whistle, getting the touchdown there on the last play, but still, all for naught, really.
Yeah, I'd say give them points for positivity. I like that. That part is good. But I often wonder, when the game is settled and the clock is run out, do we really need to kick the extra point?
Oh, yeah. It's silly. It's silly.
It doesn't make any sense to me. I know that people have explained before, well, you got to play it all the way through. Come on, this thing was done.
So for Chicago, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans.